crushing scheme.
This is where I saw them take Sensei. Did the client order them to do it?
Oh, Izuna can hear people talking.
It's coming from this direction. Izuna should hide on the roof.
Did you just eat the camera? What was that jump scare?
Izuna could have sworn the voices were coming from somewhere around here.
We got him right here. Well done, and in a timely manner as well.
There's the Morio, the client, and Sensei.
If it isn't Shale's famous Sensei, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. This is going to be one of the dudes who wears like a suit and has like a mask, and then like energy comes out of it, I reckon. Nope. It's that guy.
Date Miaoru, the Merchant Guild president?
I am not Date Miaoru. My name is Miaosamune. I'm the alley's one-eyed dragon, Date Miaosamune. There's a literal cat, yes. And there's a literal dog as well that runs the ramen shop that Serika works at. It's very cute. I knew whoever was interfering with our plans had to be quite the tactician. So you're the one from Shale that everyone speaks of. I believe you and my other half were acquainted at Momiodo. Maybe? Haha, you must have something up your sleeve if you're this calm. I hate to burst your bubble, but I have a backup plan right here.
My cell phone?
Of course I had it confiscated. I'd never make such a careless mistake. You have no way of calling for backup now. Your pleas won't reach the Festival Operations Department. Even if you scream at the top of your lungs, you're all alone. Now, do you understand the situation you're in? What do you gain by ruining the festival? Is this because of the festival's traditions? Traditions? Are you referring to the fireworks show and things like that? Ah, don't be ridiculous. I'm a cat. I hate fireworks. What we spoke of at Momiodo was only a diversion. You're overthinking it. My goal has always been money. That's it. Money. Do you have any idea how much cash flows into the Hyakuyaku Cherry Blossom Festival? Yet the only ones with control over it are the Festival Operations Department. Therein lies my gripe. Think about all they've wasted for the sake of fun. What gives them the right to spend a fortune on equipment from Millennium for the sake of fun? It's ridiculous. This festival would make so much more money if it was under my management.
You're ruining the festival over something like that?
That's right, Biatch. So I resorted to sabotage. If the festival were to be cancelled, then the Festival Operations Department would have to resign from the planning committee. Miaosamune is basically as money-hungry as Mr. Krabs. Yeah, basically. He's like, why am I doing this? Money! Then the festival will be under my control.
And you're taking advantage of Izuna to do it.
Izuna, that self-proclaimed ninja?
Yes, Izuna did prove of assistance, and she didn't cost much to hire.
She did so well, and all I had to do was play along with her little ninja fantasy.
Talk about a bargain.
Having her was like having an extra dozen Murio at my disposal. I mean, he had like 100 and something left, so clearly like several hundred.
Ninja fantasy?
That's right, fantasy. It's all a childish make-believe. I'm literally a cat, mafioso or whatever, but I can't believe in ninjas, I guess. She went around spouting things like, "You're my client, so I'll follow your orders," and eliminating the client's enemies is the way of a true ninja. You have no idea how funny it was listening to her gibberish. I simply played along with her fantasies. It was hard to refrain from bursting into laughter every time she shouted things like, "I'll accomplish my mission like a true ninja, nin."
The boss is right. It was pretty funny. It was an absolute riot.
Talk about convenient and cost-effective as well.
So you took advantage of Izuna's dream.
Dream? Have you lost your mind? You seriously can't be referring to that child's fantasies as a dream, could you? This guy's a dick.
The client asked Izuna to carry out her duties as a ninja. But it was all lies. The client was deceiving Izuna. Izuna feels so foolish having fallen for it.
So you knew Izuna was following my orders, did you? Yet you went out seeking her, and even the Morio, despite knowing they were carrying out my orders as well. That was your mistake. I thought we might find if we I thought we might find if we left Izuna to her own devices. That sentence doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I had the Muryo follow her and kidnap you when the opportunity presented itself. Oh, I thought we might find you if we left Izuna to her own devices. Okay, yeah. A brilliant strategy, if I do say so myself. And it was all thanks to Izuna's help. Oh, this is all because Izuna allowed the client to deceive her. Sensei believed in Izuna, but now they're... Meeting Izuna alone may have been careless of me. So you admit it. You were outwitted. But it was not Izuna's fault. Sensei. You called her dream a childish fantasy, didn't you? You heard me. It's nothing but make-believe. What about it? You're the one who's delusional, being a ninja is. Oh. Oh. The coolest thing imaginable. Oh. What? Since when? You call that a dream? Call it silly, call it childish, so what? This is priceless. I expected more from the vaunted sensei from Shale. I see there's no use in trying to get through to you. If you're going to blather on like this, then we'll have to silence you. Sensei of Shale, you've interfered with my plans for the final time. Time to bid you farewell. Morio, attack! Understood. Yeah. The ceiling collapsed in this derelict building. That's to be expected, perhaps. What's going on? What happened, boss? That came out of nowhere. Nin, it's time to take on the next step on the path to being the great ninja. Izuna has arrived. Izuna, why were you on the roof? Izuna heard the whole story. And most importantly, Izuna heard Sensei's feelings and knows Sensei truly does believe in Izuna's dream. Now things are crystal clear. Izuna can pursue her dreams as long as she stays by Sensei's side. What? Sensei. No, my lord. Did you just call me your lord? Izuna will fight by your side from today onward, Nin. Nin. Ooh, I haven't seen this environment before. It's like the old school or apartment building or something. Akari is such a beast. Her like EX skill does 90,000 damage, and like the rest of their shots are dealing like in the thousands. She just drops her like card or whatever. Oh yeah, it's a new day, so we're seeing all the EX skills again. Okay, so this one's just a combat, so I'll just do this in the background. The grand finale. Oh no, Izuna. Yeah. You're all talk, Izuna. Are you alright? I called every Morio and Hyakuyaku while you two were having your little moment. You dare betray me for this so-called sensei after our plans have come this far? There's still time to reconsider, you fool. Don't do something you'll regret. So this, like, Mao Samune, basically their entire thing is they want money. And they're, like, willing to have this, like, ideological whatever for it. You're the one who's a fool. Izuna is a real ninja that has a dream. And she fights for her lord who believes in her dream. That is the path of the ninja, the path that Izuna walks. We'll see about that. Morio. Yeah, boss. Wait. They're RPGs. How are they machine gunning with them? Izuna. Now we can move past that nuisance. Ugh. Izuna can't fall like this. Izuna must protect her lord. That was a valiant effort, ninja girl. We can take it from here. It's one of the discipline clubs? What? Who goes there? Sensei, are you okay? We're here, boss. It wasn't the discipline club. It was the discipline club. I love their matching getup. The Festival Operations Department and Inner Discipline Club? I had a feeling you were the ones behind this. Meowchant Guild President Date Meowru. It's not Date Meowru, it's Date Meowsamune. But never mind that. What are you doing here? The Morio told me they weren't followed. Thankfully, we have this. Pulls out her phone. Is that your phone? What are you alluding to? Sensei sent me a Momo talk, obviously. I'm walking into a trap. I could use your help. Sensei's very own words. Pfft, lol. What? You mean to tell me Sensei was two steps ahead of us all along? Whistle innocently. That still doesn't explain how you discovered my identity or made your way to our location. Identifying me as the Morio's employer should have taken you hours, days. It had to be the most difficult case to crack of your lives. I mean, not really. Isn't that right? Kawawa Shizuku, or should I say, Festival Operations Department President Kawawa Shizuku? Cool your paws and your big sass. It really wasn't that hard. We just asked the people on the street if they'd seen anyone suspicious. Everyone we spoke to said the Merchant Guild President and Morio were going in and out of an abandoned building in this back alley. The Morio do kind of stick out like a sore thumb, you know. I was foiled by my own notoriety as the Merchant Guild's president, almost as if I'm figurehead of, like, local community. Gah, it doesn't matter. Everything is still going according to plan. So Meowsamune isn't an alias. Because this person just admitted that they're not a different person. I was prepared for your fools to find me from the very beginning. Behold what I have in store for you. What?
What's happening?
Look.
And now there's even more of them. This doesn't bode well.
Are you serious? Oh, there's 5 of exactly the same of them. I know this gimmick. There's a part like just like this in Loyal Cat's Fist. There was a scene where the rival gang was lured into a huge ambush. What a wonderful coincidence. That's exactly how I described the trap I had the Meowru lay. Meowru lay? How does it feel to be so thoroughly outwitted? Prepare to meet your demise. Wow, something about the way you said that made you sound like a total jobber. Got him. Good one, President.
You're the one who's been disturbing the shopping district's peace.
What kind of young ladies would the Inner Discipline Club be if we overlooked that? We'll unite and stop you together. Oh, they are shooting rockets at us. That was what the red line was. Oh, there is a boss. Yeah, so this boss is what's in the, like, EX event, like the hard challenge, and that turret thing will just one-shot one of your units. And then there's another, like, thing that they shoot into the sky, and then it does damage.
They're too strong.
I used all the funds at my disposal as the Merchant Guild President to hire as many Morio as I could. So you embezzled money, you piece of shit. So the innocent merchants, they're the ones who got really screwed here. And still it wasn't enough. Even this many Morio.
We have Sensei guiding us. They don't stand a chance against us now.
Witness the might of our combined power. Victory is ours. Unbelievable. My years and years of planning are going to fail just like that? Because some measly students and a single sensei? No, this can't be. I refuse to let it end like this. Just give up, Date Meowru. Your master plan ends here. You think it's over? Far from it. We're just getting started. Do you think these were the only Morio I had on my sleeve, even though I just said I spent all my money to get the Morio?
What? Surely you can't be serious. There's more of them.
That's right. I spent a fortune. Morio, have all the others converge on this street. Let's see you defeat an army of over 100 Morio.
Boss, we had some members who dipped out at the last second.
A lot of them said they'd rather enjoy the festival than work. Oh?
Oh. Dear.
I think this means it's over, boss. Alright, that's that, everyone. Run away. Oh, it's Kaida.
How can you run away at a time like this?
Stop.
Stop. Get back here.
Takes eye patch off. Or, what do you say? Can we just let bygones be bygones and get along with friends? Nya?
Too late for that. True Shizuku punch.
Did she just beat up a cat? Okay, well, let's do the last one. A Ninja Girl's Dream. Date Miaoru, the Merchant Guild president of the Yakiyako shopping district, had his crazy plan end in failure. I'm still not entirely sure what his plan was. Was it to, like, wrest control of the festival from the other thing? Well, because he was concerned that they were wasting money on fun, so he instead wasted money on thugs. The remaining Morio ran away as soon as he surrendered, for the most part. Shh, he'll never take us alive!
There are still some stray nuisances around, even though the main incident has been taken care of.
We should get back into patrolling in case they try to cause more trouble out of spite. Let's go, Sabaki, Mimori.
Very well then, there's still plenty of festival left, so let's make the most of it.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, we're off to prepare for the grand finale.
Make sure you find a good spot to watch the show, boss.
Sure, go ahead, you two. I rejoined the busy festival street after seeing off Shizuku and Pina.
Pina colada.
I heard this festival's fireworks show is powered by Millennium technology.
Let's hurry before we miss it. Let's follow the crowd. Ooh, my neck. Oh, that is pretty. I made my way to the crowded observation deck to see the fireworks show. That was when I spotted a familiar face among the crowd.
Oh, there are so many people. Izuna can barely breathe. Izuna, over here. Ah, that voice. Sensei, my lord.
Izuna glomped me out of nowhere. Oh my god, that's a fucking throwback. Mid 2000s, you're and I nearly lost my. Whoever wrote this was a fucking weeb in the mid 2000s.
Izuna has saved a seat for you, my lord. But Izuna didn't expect the crowd to get so big while waiting for you. What now? There are so many people that we can't even get to the seats. Izuna was getting flustered, so I decided it was best for us to stay where we are.
The view here is pretty good. Let's just stay where we are.
Sure.
Okay, Mirror says, for now I just have the Windows XP background. Yes, very good. And, you know I'm young when I have to Google the definition of that word. Well, I'm in my late 20s, or mid to late 20s. So I was around. I wouldn't say I was like, you know, like a teenager or whatever in the mid to late 2000s, but I was around. So yeah, glomping is kind of grabbing onto someone forcefully and kind of nuzzling them. It sounds really bad when I describe it like this. But yeah, it's something that was very popular at like anime conventions because like let me paint a picture, right? So back in the early to mid 2000s, like the iPhone only came out in like 2006 thereabouts. So until then, like internet access and communication with actors was incredibly limited. So you know, you had like the one, you know, like I had, because my dad worked for like a government agency basically as a scientist. He had access to like a laptop, and I just kind of snuck onto it every now and again. But we had like dial-up internet basically. So like anime conventions were like, or just conventions in general, were the place to be, if you wanted to like connect up with people. Like nowadays, like being a nerd is cool and like everyone's really open about it, which is great. Like that's fantastic. But back then it was like, you'd be like the one person in your school that was into anime or whatever. Or maybe like there'd be two people or something. But you just wouldn't have that like larger sense of community. So you'd have these conventions that people would come to. And I never went to one myself, but I kind of heard a lot of it, I guess, on the grapevine. And yeah, things like glomping, the yaoi paddle, which was very violent, like those sort of things. They really like made their start there because I guess it was where like a lot of awkward nerdy types like us got together. I wish I was around in those times. It sounds so much fun and simpler. I would fit into well. I think it's interesting, right? Because like on the one hand, it's great that it's much more accepted nowadays. That it's not the kind of thing where like you would get beaten up for being into anime or like people Dungeons and Dragons as well. Like with Stranger Things being on Netflix, people like are a bit more like it's cool now to kind of be into that. But I think there was definitely a very tight knit community that built up around those spaces, which I was never a part of either, because I'm a awkward, anxious wreck. But it seemed for the people who experienced it, it seemed relatively positive, or it has had its ups and downs.
Oh look, it's starting.
Oh, these are apparently holograms.
Whoa, amazing.
Izuna and I took in the fireworks, lighting up the night sky for a while. A little later that night. Hey, that's cute.
It feels so nice to enjoy something together, my lord. Izuna is sorry for causing so much trouble earlier. Izuna just,
You don't have to apologize for being yourself.
I'd say, even after all of that, you still... That's right. Izuna made a vow to her lord. We're ninja comrade in arms, because my lord is the biggest supporter of Izuna's dream. Izuna will remain loyal to her lord forever.
Forever?
So, my lord, Izuna is looking forward to what the future holds for us, and Izuna promises to keep training so she can uphold her vow. Nin nin. Nin nin.
Yeah, forever is a very long time.
Izuna and I stood outside what appeared to be the ninjutsu research club room. A sign on the door read, "No solicitors, recruiting applicants." Oh, so this is the ninjutsu research club Izuna has heard about. It's a club that studies ninja arts. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, so you weren't a member of that?
Maybe Izuna could sharpen her ninja skills if she trained here. I'll give it a shot. Hello? Excuse me?
The end? Cherry Blossom Festival commotion.